Hey everyone, in today's video, I'm going to talk about how you can open a coin shop. I'm going to talk about the processes that we went through at Minot Coin and Bullion here in order to get started. It wasn't an easy road, and quite honestly, it's been a long road, but I'm happy to share with you things that worked well for us, things that didn't work so well, and walk you through the steps of what we did to establish ourselves as a business, which allowed us to grow into what we are today. So if opening a coin shop or the interest in how you can go about opening a coin shop is ever something you've thought about, this is a good video for you to pay attention to. Be sure to stick around. So I can credit Minot Coin and Bullion's existence to my dad. My dad got me started with an interest in coins when I was a very young kid. Some of my earliest memories are sorting through wheat cents with my dad in his office, and going to the flea market with my mom and dad, visiting the coin dealers that were there. There was one coin dealer in particular that had a huge treasure chest. At least I remember it to be huge. But you know how it is when you're a little kid. Everything seems bigger when you're younger, kind of like going back to your grade school and realizing how short the drinking fountains are. It's kind of like that. But anyway, I remember a huge treasure chest that was full of foreign coins. And all of the coins were attributed and were in 2x2 cardboard holders and stapled, and they all were priced, but there was a sign on that treasure chest that said, all foreign coins 50% off. Boy, did I always have a field day in there. Whether I had allowance or my parents gave me some fun money to spend at the flea market, I loved going through there and picking out coins. And in fact, I still have some of those coins to this day that I remember buying when I was 5 and 6 years old at that flea market. So those early experiences planted that seed inside of me, which continued to grow through my early childhood. Once I got into my teens and early adulthood, I did take about a 15, gosh, maybe even a 20-year hiatus where I just wasn't interested anymore. I didn't get rid of my coin collection, but I still looked at it. Every now and then I'd pull it out, kind of reminisce. Oh, I remember buying this when I was a little kid and whatnot. And my interest didn't get reinvigorated until 2011 when my parents gifted me American Silver Eagles for Christmas. That immediately hooked me again. So, really beginning in 2012, I started buying coins and more importantly, precious metals, because up to that point, I didn't know what silver bullion or gold bullion was, and I didn't really understand what it was, nor did I have an interest. But because of that gift from my parents, that really got me focused and reinvigorated in the hobby. Unfortunately for me, in Minot, we did have a coin shop that didn't have a very good reputation, and on several occasions I attempted to go there and make purchases, but the pricing on everything was so far out of touch from reality, meaning too high. I just couldn't do any business there. So I refocused and made a lot of purchases on eBay. That became my local coin shop, which it probably is for many of you, quite honestly, because coin shops are becoming a thing of the past, unfortunately. I also would drive to our capital city, Bismarck, North Dakota, and visit a coin shop there. It was about 100 miles away. I would drive there once a month with a few $100s and drive back with ounces of silver, just being so happy and so excited that I was able to actually go to a physical location and pick up precious metal. Because of that experience and how well I saw they were doing in Bismarck, I knew Minot needed another option because, as I said, the coin shop that was located here, prices were so unfair. So, flash forward to 2013, my dad and I found out about our local coin club and attended a meeting. Unbeknownst to us, Minot had a coin club since 1959, and we first found out about it in 2013. So it didn't take long where suddenly, I'm the new guy, the young guy per se, with a lot of energy. I raised my hand one meeting and asked, why don't we have a coin show in Minot? Well, they all kind of chuckled and kind of looked at each other. Well, we've done that before, but it just doesn't work. The last time we set up and had a coin show, we had 3 dealers sign up for the show. And when show day came, nobody showed up. I said, you're kidding me. How could that even happen? So I offered, if they would allow me to, granted, I'm the new guy in the coin club, they would allow me to organize a coin show, under the Minot Coin Club heading. Please let me try. So they gave me a list of all their former contacts, and I had 6 months to throw together a coin show. Well, long story short, I did. I sold out the room. We had 13 dealers from across the state that I'm thankful believed in me that I was going to put on a good show for them and advertise and get people through the door. They were not disappointed. It was just a one-day show in 2013. And after that one-day show, getting feedback from the other dealers, they said, yeah, we would absolutely come back next year, but let's make it a two-day show. So we switched venues to a larger facility. And now we have a two-day coin show. In fact, our coin show this year, 2024, our 12th annual, I've been the chairman every single year, is October 5th and 6th, 2024 at the Sleep Inn and Suites in Minot, North Dakota. It would be really awesome if you could attend. So there's my plug for the Coin Club. But anyway, at the urging of the Coin Club, they really wanted me to start a business because they had the similar frustrations where they could not buy from the local coin shop. They had to buy online or through the mail, or a lot of them didn't have the tech savvy to purchase from eBay. So they were kind of at a loss on what to even do. So at the urging of Coin Club members and with the support of my dad, we decided to open Minot Coin and Bullion in 2014. So how did we do that? Well, we hired our family attorney to help us get incorporated and register our business. You know, we wanted to make sure we did things the right way. We wanted to register our name. We wanted to be properly incorporated with the state of North Dakota. We wanted to have a tax ID number. So we did hire that attorney to take care of that for us. Once that was established, I printed out business cards and flyers and self-promoted through Facebook and word of mouth as much as I could to promote our business. At that time, we did not have a physical location yet. So I met people at the public library to appraise and buy collections. I also set up at monthly flea markets, which was a big source of our income because that was really our only show besides the Minot Coin Club shows. And I also bought and sold collections right from my Burger King restaurants because everybody knew, oh, you got coins, bring them to the Burger King guy. So no matter which of my two restaurants I was at, people found me almost every day, whether wanting to place an order or to sell some things or to buy things that I maybe kept on hand, because I did actually keep kind of a miniature inventory in my office because I oftentimes had people buying and selling to me. Next, we'll talk about wholesalers and how we get our product that we can sell to the public. Well, in the early days, we didn't technically have a wholesaler, but we kind of did, and I'll explain. My dad actually volunteered his time at a coin shop in Arizona in the wintertime and established a good rapport with the owner there. Once we decided to do our own thing and start Minot Coin and Bullion, that coin shop owner agreed to kind of be a quasi wholesaler, I guess, to us, in the sense that he would sell us, let's just say, silver eagles for 25 cents over his cost per ounce. So if he had to order a monster box and pay, let's just say, spot plus $4.50 per ounce, he would sell it to us for spot plus $4.75, which was still cheaper than we could get it anywhere else. So we did that for a while and used him kind of as a quasi wholesaler until we actually got set up with a large wholesaler that operates in North Dakota after meeting with them. How did we do that? Well, after meeting with them and explaining them our business model and what we do, and kind of proving that we are who we say we are and we're a licensed and incorporated business and we set up at shows, blah, 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 they decided, yeah, we'll wholesale to you. So we got an account set up and we used them as a wholesaler for well over a year until I got in touch with a fellow coin dealer in the state of North Dakota who not only had a coin shop, but also did wholesaling. So once I got set up with him, he became our primary wholesaler for about 6 years. And Minot Coin and Bullion continued to use that particular wholesaler up until about a year and a half ago when he sold his coin shop and kind of got out of his wholesale business. And that's when we discovered our dear friend Dave Peter, who I've mentioned many times on this channel, at Coin Huskers in Omaha, Nebraska. Shout out to you, Dave. I appreciate you. So that's kind of how we got started with wholesalers. There's different processes. I've filled out applications where I've gotten approved to be a purchaser from other wholesalers, but there is a lot of paperwork. First, you got to prove who you are, and not just who you are, but what you do. It's especially difficult if you don't have a physical location, which we didn't when we were first getting set up. We had to prove that we set up at coin shows. We had to show that, yeah, we set up at these 6, 7 coin shows. Flea markets counted for us in a year. So once you can prove that you're actively buying and selling and that you're properly licensed and incorporated, it's not too difficult then at that point to get set up with wholesalers. And there's many wholesalers across the country. So a lot of people ask me, when you first got started, what was your beginning inventory? Well, I touched on it a little earlier, but essentially it was Morgan and Peace silver dollars. It was American silver eagles. It was assorted silver and gold bars and rounds, plus whatever the public sold to us. As I said early on, I promoted our business via flyers, business cards, word of mouth on Facebook. I put it on classified ad sites that we were active buyers of gold, silver, coin collections, currency, anything really related to the hobby. So having that ability to buy from the public in our area really helped establish a good inventory for us in the early days. The next part of the journey is physical location. Well, it took about 6 years until our business had grown to the point where I felt I had the time and financially it made sense where we could try and open a physical location. It got to be where, honestly, I bought a 6-figure coin and precious metal collection in my lobby at Burger King during business hours with a bunch of other people around. Because we had nowhere else to go that was public, and the customer was fine with it. We kind of blocked off an area in the lobby and we did our business. But boy, we had a lot of people walking by, rubbernecking. Oh, what are you guys doing? Oh, what's that? Oh, is that gold? Yeah, we just can't have that for the safety and security of the customers. I realized at that point we need to have a physical location, even if it's just a small office, to do our business so the customer can have some privacy and we have that sense of legitimacy because we have a physical location. So we started looking and found a small office space. It was in a lower level of South Broadway Plaza. I'll put it up on the screen here. And this is where we called our home for a little over 2 years. I operated it part time. It was by appointment only at first. As the business grew and word caught on that, hey, we have another coin shop in Minot, I started spending more and more time. Pretty soon I was there all day. But we quickly outgrew that space. And as you can see by the pictures here, there's not a lot of room to move around. And if you get about 6 people in here, you're almost like shoulder to shoulder. And there were days where I had 12 to 15 people between the two rooms waiting their turn to come into the showroom to buy or sell. Our desire and need to move to a bigger location was actually kind of accelerated because the people that owned the building that we were renting in decided to sell the building. We honestly thought about buying it, but it was an old building with a lot of problems. And when we realized our leases weren't going to be renewed, we quickly got out and found a new spot. And that's where we call home today. And I'll put some pictures of that up on the screen here. We did open this physical location, Minot Coin and Bullion, at 922 37th Avenue Southwest. We officially opened this location November 1st, 2022. So it's been almost a year and a half now that we've been in this spot. Time certainly does fly. Now that we have a new physical location that we signed a lease for, we need to get this space workable for our coin shop. As you can see on these pictures here, when we first rented this place, it was just one big room with a concrete floor. So we had to figure out how to transform this into a coin shop. So I quickly got to work drawing up plans. I'm a little bit handy. I don't have a professional construction background, but I've built decks and put up fences and, just your ordinary home improvement type stuff. So I was confident I could do most of this myself. So I went ahead and I built a partition wall to kind of separate it. So we have two different rooms, one storage area and then one retail area. I did hire somebody to put in the carpet, but I did all the baseboards and the painting and whatnot. We contacted a local overhead door company that put in our security gate, which is stainless steel. It locks on the floor and the ceiling and the wall, which covers up all our windows for safety and security. We hired our local locksmith to shore up our front door, put a new, stronger locking mechanism on it, an anti-pry bar. We hired a local sign company to put a sign above us, and we hired the local telephone company to install a security system. I installed a camera system myself also, and slowly we've added art to the walls and chairs and furniture and things like that. So one thing I want to explain is how our business has changed since we actually have a physical location. And if you've listened this far, God bless you. But this has been a long grind for us to establish this Minot Coin and Bullion business. And For the longest time, we viewed it as a part-time hobby, so we didn't put a lot of time and energy into it because we had other obligations. But now that I can spend more time here and put a little, we'd say blood, sweat, and tears into it, having this physical location, business has increased substantially. Obviously, you have more exposure from traffic. People drive by, they see your sign. And because we have a physical location, it gives the business a better perception of legitimacy. We get more foot traffic, more people just walking in. Having the physical location has definitely generated more sales for us as a business and more buying opportunities from the public as well. So essentially, that's how Minot Coin and Bullion got started. It started out as a childhood hobby, which became a part-time business once we got licensed and registered, into a part-time job, and now it's a full-time job for me. So I quite thoroughly enjoy it. I love the YouTube community that's come along with that. I get to talk to a lot of different people every day in the shop, a lot of interesting folks, people I would call friends now that I would never have met had it not been for this business. So I'm thankful for it every day. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. I know I didn't quite cover everything, but I could have made a 3-hour video, and who wants to watch that? So thank you for watching. I appreciate you all. Have a great day.